If you're in your 50s, you're in the retirement red zone. So, are you going to score a touchdown, settle for a field goal, or are you going to fumble? Hi everyone, Keith Wilson here, spreading a wealth of information. So, if you are in your 50s and you're getting close to retirement, you're considered to be in what we call the retirement red zone. Think of it like football. When you reach the 20-yard line, that end zone, the end zone's right there in sight, and you're almost there. So, are you going to score a touchdown? Are you going to settle for a field goal? Or are you going to fumble? So, how much should you have saved for retirement when you're in your 50s? Now, a rule of thumb is you should have 6 times your income in retirement savings. Let's say your income is $75,000 a year. Then you should strive to have $450,000 in your retirement savings. And by the time you are in your early 60s, then you should strive to have 8 times your income. But according to NerdWallet, the average 401k balance for people in their 50s is $174,100. So, if you're not quite there yet, here are some tips to help you play catch up. Now, obviously, you're going to want to get more aggressive in saving and taking advantage of 401k company matches. Here are some ways to free up income to help you work towards your goal. All right, folks, it's time to take a serious look at what your spending habits are. Look at all the unnecessary expenditures, and we're just going to have to cut them out. For example, subscriptions. Maybe you got some subscriptions that are auto-drafted, but ask yourself, do you really need all those subscriptions to those various apps? Hey, what about cable? Some people have cable and Hulu and Netflix, Pandora, SiriusXM. It may be time to cut the cord or at least reduce the number of media outlets you have. What about gym memberships? That's another one. Now, especially if you're not really using that gym membership, that could save some monthly money for you. Hey, you may have kids in their 20s, and maybe they're out of college and they're on their own. Look at your car insurance policy. Are they still on your car insurance policy? Hey, and are they still on your cell phone plan? Perhaps it's time to cut the cord with them as well. Speaking of car insurance, shop your car insurance around, see if you can get a better rate, or just talk with your agent to possibly reduce all the unnecessary coverages. Think about downsizing. You may live in a rather large home. Maybe it's time to downsize now that the kids have possibly moved out. Now, if downsizing, hey, if that's not an option and you still have a mortgage, consider refinancing at rates because, hey, they're at historical lows. What about dining out? Now, I realize with this pandemic going on, people kind of have stopped going out to eat, but what are they doing now? They're doing the delivery thing with Grubhub or DoorDash. Think about it. A Big Mac and fries could cost up to $20 when you add the delivery fees and the tip and so forth. So start preparing your meals at home. That could save a lot in monthly food costs. Another possibility, hey, perhaps get a side job. Maybe a few hours on the weekend. Here's another thing to consider that could boost your savings rate, and that's your risk tolerance. Now, I'm not saying you have to get super aggressive, but far too many people, I see they have their 401ks all in a stable value fund earning 2 or 3%. So consider diversifying more to pursue a higher rate of return. Also, while you're in your 50s, you need to work on being debt-free heading into retirement. Get rid of all the credit cards and strive to have that mortgage paid off. I realize that all this may sound draconian, but remember, if you're in your 50s, you're in the red zone. You're in the home stretch to retirement. And 10 years, boy, it can go by just like that. So the sacrifices you make now could possibly afford you, a very nice and worry-free retirement. Lastly, you may want to consider working with a financial professional that, they could put together a formal plan and be your coach and address your particular situation and help you strive towards reaching your goals. Hey, if you'd like to see other personal finance videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, and remember, be wise with your money.